Here are the 5 wealthiest armies in the world. Saudi Arabia, with a budget of $75 billion, representing 7% of its GDP and 3% of global military spending, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia ranks 5th. Although it is not in the same region, the war in Ukraine has benefited Saudi Arabia greatly. When Russia invaded Ukraine, the demand for non-Russian oil increased, as did its price. As a result, Saudi Arabia, the world's largest exporter of crude oil, has gained substantial revenue. This money has been invested in its army of around 200,000 troops. Its main goal is to protect its oil facilities and borders, particularly from its major regional rival Iran and from the Houthis in Yemen, who regularly launch attacks. The problem is that Saudi Arabia is dependent on major powers, buying most of its weapons abroad, mainly from the United States, the United Kingdom, and France. However, thanks to the growth of its oil wealth, the country is trying to reduce its imports and aims to be militarily self-sufficient by 2030. India. With a budget of $83 billion, or 2.4% of its GDP and 3.4% of global military spending, India has increased its military spending by 44% over the past decade. This considerable increase is linked to the Indian government's desire to strengthen its troops and operational capabilities. Like Saudi Arabia, India is striving to become self-sufficient in military terms by bolstering its ranks and producing its own weapons. It has approximately 1.45 million active soldiers, making it the second largest army in the world in terms of military personnel, just behind China. Russia. With a budget of $109 billion, or 6% of its GDP and 4.5% of global military spending, Russia has the third wealthiest army. Although the country already increased its military budget in 2014, with the annexation of Crimea, it is clearly spending significantly today to wage war on Ukraine. Since 2014, Russia has increased its military spending by 57%. This figure is likely underestimated due to the Russian authorities' lack of transparency regarding their finances since the war in Ukraine. With all this money, the Russian army aims to modernize its weapons and strengthen its nuclear deterrent. Russia is believed to have more nuclear warheads than any other country, 5,580 warheads, or 47% of the world's total stockpile. It is also investing in brand new missiles, such as hypersonic missiles, which are capable of evading modern defense systems. China. With a budget of $296 billion, or 1.7% of its GDP and 12% of global military spending, China ranks second. Driven by the country's economic growth, its military budget has been rising sharply for 30 years. However, as with Russia, estimates should be taken cautiously. In any case, China is currently the largest military power in Asia and has the world's largest army in terms of personnel, with 2 million active soldiers. In terms of its arsenal, similarly to Russia, China is investing in state-of-the-art missiles. But it also stands out in cyber warfare and cyber attacks, going all out on advanced military technologies such as AI and drones. The United States. Unsurprisingly, the land of the free has the world's wealthiest military, with a budget that dwarfs all others.